AMC opening 100 theatres throughout the country after keeping them closed for 5 months. And if safety wasn't enough to threaten movie theatres, the pandemic's also accelerating the shift to streaming, leading some production companies to renegotiate the windows in which they keep their films exclusively on screens. Joining us on the phone for a look at how this pandemic could change the movie theatre industry over the long term, Cynthia Littleton, Cynthia, business editor at Variety. Thanks so much for joining us, Cynthia. I guess first the simple question, which is the reopening for AMC. 15 cents a ticket for some promotions, and clearly at very reduced capacity. I mean, it does make you question whether it's even worthwhile in the first place.
I think, good morning, yes. I think AMC is certainly testing the waters. They have every incentive to move slowly because they don't want to reopen hundreds of locations only to have to close them if they're, in a worst case scenario. So I think they're bringing a little bit of showmanship to it in offering a 15-cent ticket, as well as, taking a slow approach, which is probably wise in these conditions. But, as you said, this was a sector that was very much under pressure even before the pandemic. And the conditions now have just only accelerated the pain for the exhibition industry.
The deal I alluded to in the intro, AMC striking a deal with CNBC's parent Universal Studios, which will allow Universal to start streaming movies within 3 weekends of the movies going in AMC theatres, and AMC willing to accept that as the trade-off. Is that a sensible move for them short term, but perhaps might be an issue long term, or how do you see that?
Well, that deal that you referred to in July was very much seems like a landmark deal and will be emulated by other studios. And it really is, I think, for both sides, for the exhibitor, for AMC, and for the studios that supply the movies. It's a realistic deal that has been long overdue. The two sides, the studios that supply the movies and the theaters that show them have for decades, there's been tension about the rules governing how movies can be marketed in the theaters and afterwards. And so this deal very much shrinks the window, which is something, the window of exclusivity for theaters, which is something the studios have wanted for years. And this deal allows AMC a cut of revenue from sales. The studios will offer titles for $20 or $30 that people can stream in their home. They've worked out this agreement is finally bringing the exhibitors into a little bit of that lost revenue. So it's a big move for the studios. For the exhibitors, it really feels like they're trying to hang on by their fingernails.
To that point, Cynthia, despite clearly the issues that the studios have faced this year and not having the big releases of movies that they put so much money into, might it prove to be a long-term benefit for the industry that deals like the one we just mentioned have been struck and have turned the tide somewhat for the modern media generation?
Oh, absolutely. And the big companies like Comcast and Disney, the big content producers, have wanted this. They have felt very much hemmed in by just decades of tradition in the way movies are released. And the studios are saying, we can't spend all of this money that we spend to market a theatrical opening and then have to wait 90 days or more before we can start marketing the same title in a home entertainment release. And the deal that was struck between AMC and Universal is groundbreaking. It is very likely to be emulated by other studios and other exhibition chains. And you just don't see how you go backwards after this, even after the pandemic threat clears.